Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, but definitely hit the like button. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you could do it via Cash App, or you can there's a heart up under the video that says thanks. You could definitely support the channel that way, you guys. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this beautiful Saturday morning. As you know, we're going to be getting back into this Dolph's case, y'all, because I could just feel in my spirit. I was downtown yesterday doing some things. And, I had the opportunity to have some conversations with some people that I know. So I just kind of, based on those conversations, I just kind of feel in my spirit that something is in the atmosphere. I don't know what it is, child, but I just think after these elections are over, which is August the 4th, I do believe that the DA's office is going to go into overdrive. I think right now things have been lax because people are out campaigning. You know how it is with some politicians; they don't be wanting to step on no toes. Which Dobbs case, the ball is already rolling. Okay, I hear the DA's office is already. The DA's office is already didn't come to play at all. Okay, that's just what I heard. Um, but you know there was a anchor, and I actually saw this. A lot of times I go over to Auntie Fee's page to look at some stuff, so I want to send a shout out to her. I kind of seen this on her page where she was saying that a third person is charged, but from my understanding, I'm talking about the news anchor from out of Memphis. There was already a third person charged, and that was Shondell. Remember his charges was upgraded. And that's why I was always extremely suspicious, because I told y'all I had worked for the sheriff's office for a long time, and I know how anal and how proactive they are before they release anybody. Like, you had those hiccups every now and again, but they're very anal about that because they don't want to catch no lawsuits, okay? By by wrongly releasing people, and when they release them by mistake, you better believe they got the if they can't find them, those fugitive sheriffs, those sheriffs that works in fugitive, if they don't get them back within the first couple of days, they bring the marshals in. Because see, if that person is not supposed to be out and they get out, they will release them by mistake and they get out and go and do something to somebody, the sheriff's office and the county would be liable. You're talking about a multi-million-dollar lawsuit for their omission and mistake, right? So that's why, if I'm not mistaken, Shondell's charges had just been upgraded and you let a man out. Okay. And I told y'all when I talked to my cousin who works in Indian for the Indianapolis Police Department, and he was like, well, no, cuz they ain't sent us no bolos to give out to our officers, that the patrolmen that are out there on the beat, which is be on the lookout. I knew something was. I said, Lord, it's a mess in the game now. It's something going on. So I don't know what it is with this Shondell situation. They don't seem to be worried about him, even though his charges have been upgraded. Okay, he had been upgraded. They don't really talk about him. You heard Jeremy Pierre say they just flat out told him they weren't looking for him. So it's something a little strange about that. I don't know what it is, but it could be that he done dug a hole in somewhere in the ground and then went up underground. You know, yeah, that's the only thing that I could see. He hiding real good, because even when they try to get out the country, that could it's not hard to trace that, because they'll get everything that the um airports have. If I'm not mistaken, because I know when I worked for the police department, we could the systems was hooked up to everything. We could even it was even the systems were even hooked up to the pawn shop. Okay, that was because of theft. When people are go in, they burglarize homes, and they like to rob people when they take their stuff. When they do that, they'll go take their stuff to the pawn shop, right? Especially if they're a crackhead or something. they go straight to the pawn shop. Okay. And so they had their systems hooked up to the pawn shop where you could just go in and look at every pawn shop in Memphis and put a description in of what the people said that they had, um that had been stolen from their house. And oftentimes the picture would come up and the name of the stupid motherfucker that robbed the house would come up too. Okay. Because they would go and pawn it. Okay. So they didn't know how savvy that the police systems were and are, because they are. So if you think about it, if the police systems are that savvy, okay, can you imagine how savvy the FBI is? Okay. So I think they have connections, even their database is connected even to all of the airports. Because what is the first thing people do? They'll try and anything as it relates to trying to get out of the country. What is the first thing people do? They'll run to a bus stop. They'll run to, when they do a crime, they'll run to an airport if they got some money and try to get away. Okay. So I just don't see it being that easy for Shondell to just hide out like that. And they say they ain't looking for, it, where it well, according to Jeremy Pierre, I've never heard anybody say that. They told him they're not really looking for him. So that's kind of weird within itself, right? That's just kind of weird within itself. So, there are three people that are charged in the Dolph's case. Shondell is one of them. Okay. Shondell Barnett is one of them. Okay. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all correct me. But I don't think that I'm wrong. Now, as I said before, are there more people going to be charged? Absolutely. I put that into the atmosphere when I first heard it about a month ago, that there was going to be more indictments. I don't know when, but I'm under the impression after these elections, y'all gonna start seeing fireworks. And that's shit. I mean, August 4th is about what, next week? So, that gives all of the politicians the time to get resettled in. I kind of believe that Amy Wyrick is going to win again. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. I think she's going to win again. And I don't think it's I think she's just going to get started with what she finished. Okay? I think she's going to finish what she started, but her prosecutors are still working on Dolph's case, okay? They just kind of debrief her. They kind of go to her because she is the boss. Okay, she's the district attorney. Like Paul Hagerman and them, they're the assistant DAs. Okay, they answer to Amy. And from what I understand, they're not playing. So when you hear the young lady say three people are charged, of course three people are charged because Shondell been charged. Okay, I can't understand why they're so quiet as it relates to Shondell. Okay, I don't know um why they are so quiet, but I'm sure they got their reasons. I don't know if they want to, if he's hiding that good from the marshals, from the FBI, from all of these federal entities that got the intel to to find him. If he can outsmart all of them that good, maybe they've gotten quiet because they don't want to be embarrassed, or they want to, maybe they want to, make him think they ain't looking for him. Okay. But I just don't see Shondell being able to outsmart them like that, And from the looks of Shondell in that picture when they arrested him, and looks can be deceiving. He don't really even look like he's got the heart. He got the heart to be running from pillar to post. He kind of looked defeated when they got him, because me personally, I've always felt like he was the one that called him. Just based on what I was told, as far as they got intel that they was in that hotel. Okay. And they waited outside of that hotel. Okay. And Then they followed them up to the gas station. Now, what I, call me dumb, but I always wondered how, if they were fugitives, how would the marshals know that they was going to even stop at that gas station? When a person comes out of a hotel, you grab them up right then because you don't know if they're going to take you on a high-speed chase or anything like that. You don't really know. So that you snatch them up, right? You go ahead and you snatch them up. But I mean, they followed them right on to the gas station, and which had a trucking stop right there at that gas station, and got them. I just kind of find it weird because you know, unless now they was just trying to trail them to see how far they was gonna go, but that's not how the marshals work. They don't play cat and mouse games with their man and their subject when they go ahead and snatch them up like the jump and grab. We used to have a jump and grab team in Memphis. You go ahead and jump and grab them. Okay. So that's kind of weird to me. So, I just kind of, the prosecutors and stuff are very confident in this case. And I have been telling you all, I was looking at a picture. I did 2 videos on Cornelius yesterday. Now, Cornelius has gained weight. And I just happened to, for some reason, look at both those pictures side by side. Okay. And when Cornelius first went to court, if you look at his frame from the side, it kind of looks like his frame that was out there in front of that cookie shop to me. It looks like him to me when he was smaller. You know, him not being around straight dropping them don't have a damn thing to do with nothing. Because see, you have to understand, just because he wasn't around them don't mean shit. Who was the financiers? Do y'all know who they were, or who he was connected to as far as that? This man was a career uh a thief. And he was a career one too. He cleaned it. He had gotten his record and stuff expiring. So the thing about it is, normally with thieves like him, when they commit burglaries and robberies and things of that nature, when they go into these houses, they perfected going in burglar, a career burglar, no, getting good stuff and then selling it. Okay. They start taking orders. I'm just on, what to get. They ask what you want. I can go get that for you. I'm not saying that, that's what he did, but I'm just saying that's some of the stuff that happens. And as I said before, just because somebody is a career burglar, a career robber, um, and all of that good stuff, they got you, because you got to have um nerves of steel to be sitting up burglarizing a home and you don't know what's in it, and robbing people and you don't know what they got on them or what they might do, unless you real cracked out. I never heard that he was on drugs, right? So I've always said, if a person got the nerves to do something like that, when you rob somebody, you got to know. Ain't nobody gonna let you rob them unless you got a weapon. Okay, you got to know that it could go left, and you have to be prepared to kill them if they don't comply, right? So why wouldn't he? I get sick of people saying, well, he was just a burglar and a robber, so he wouldn't kill nobody. Okay. Because when you rob somebody, you got to know it could easily go left, especially when you're going up in folks' house and they're going to pop you and they see you. People who defend their homes. You go in there prepared to do whatever you need to do to get what you need. And that's normally those folks good. Those folks goods. Okay, that's why I always tell people, when somebody burglarizes your house, don't let that nigga walk back out that door. Let him stretch him, be in a, make sure he in a meat bag. Okay, protect your home, because if people come up into your home and they know that you are there, they coming in there to do something to you. If they didn't really want to do nothing, they wait till you weren't there, right? They coming there when you there. You better fight until you can't fight no more, because they coming up in there with intent on doing something. Okay. Always remember that. But as far as more people being charged and things of that nature, Well, they are a third person being charged. Yeah, a third person being charged. Cornelius charge has been upgraded. That's why I don't see how. See, I have the other half of my family lives in Indiana. Now that's up north, but I'm gonna tell you something about Indiana. They don't play. I had an uncle that was a police chief. He retired in Anderson, and I got a cousin that's moving up the ranks fast in Indianapolis. Okay, so um, and when my cousin said to me, "Cuz I didn't know that they let him out," and he said, "Let me call Muncie and some more places." None of them had bolos. He called me back. Nobody knew that they had mistakenly let him out. And then, when I talked to him again, he was like, "I don't know, cuz we ain't heard nothing." Okay, so that right there kind of sent off signals to me, right? That something is kind of offish about this Shondell Barnett's situation. Um, all I can say is if he's still a fugitive from justice, he's just hiding real good. But like I said, just looking at him on that picture, he looks like he's easily defeated. And I always wondered how they knew he was in that little hotel. My cousin said that I forgot the name of the little city. He said there are no black people in the city. Okay. At the hotel that they was in. And it was just right. There's really nothing there. Okay. There's really nothing there. And so for the marshals to trace them back to that exact location, sit over across the street, know the exact car that they was in. Somebody said something. How did they know what car they was in? How did they know what room they was in? Okay. How did they know that? So that's just weird. I wonder if Shondell gonna come up maybe around the trial time. He'll mysteriously appear. They'll go and find him. Because they always able to find what they want. So maybe around trial time he'll mysteriously be found or something, or he'll turn himself in or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But I just got a real good feeling about this Dolph's case. I just feel like something is in the atmosphere, y'all. Something is definitely in the atmosphere as it relates to this Dolph situation. Okay. All right, you guys. And like I said, shout out to Auntie Fee because I saw what she had. I always go over there and look at her channel too, where she had posted what the anchor woman from out of Memphis said a third person was charged here. He had been charged. Okay. He had been charged. That's why a lot of people um was trying to figure out, what was really going on. How could they let and the way that they said it, when the guy from the sheriff from Indiana said Memphis police said to let him go, Memphis police does not have the authority to call. I'm gonna tell y'all how it works because I work for both departments. Okay. Memphis Police Department does not have any control over an inmate. The sheriff's office does. The Memphis Police Department cannot call the sheriff's office and say in anywhere release him. They can't do that because if he is a inmate, and he's supposed to be shipped back to Memphis. He is really the prisoner of the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, and the Shelby County Sheriff's Office and the Memphis Police Department are two different entities. Okay, the sheriff is over the jails, and they also have deputy sheriffs that handle the county. The Memphis Police Department are law enforcement strictly. They are not over the jails. They just take people to jail. Okay. The sheriff is the highest official in the land. I mean, in the county. Really more power than a Memphis police director because every county must have a sheriff, right? I'm giving y'all some knowledge for some of y'all to reuse, okay? Every county must have a sheriff. But the Shelby County Sheriff's Office is not the law enforcement the deputy sheriffs are not handling this case. They was just in charge of the inmates in this case. Okay, once the Memphis police, because the Memphis police normally patrol within the city, okay, and the sheriffs in patrol within the county. Now, if Dolph had been killed in the county, it might have been different. The sheriff's office would have been over the case, right? Thank God they're not, because I think with the investigators that are over Dolph's case, I think he got a bunch of good investigators, right? Um, so yeah, so it would have been the sheriff's office that sheriff in Indiana would have had to communicate with, not the Memphis Police Department. And the sheriff's office, because those girls in release, they'll get suspended and fired, especially with they know better than that, because you're constantly, it's so much paperwork that you're constantly faxing the email before you let somebody go. It don't make no damn sense. And the only person with a high profile case like that would have given them the authority, because see, when it's high profile cases like that, they bring the sheriff of the jail in, which is Bonner. He probably would have been in communication with the sheriff in Indiana. That's how I know it's some shit in the game. Okay. I just don't know what it is, because I don't know. I can't say he's a witness. I don't speak on witnesses. Y'all know how I am about witnesses. I don't speak on stuff like that. I don't know if he is or not. They say he's a fugitive, and that's what I have to go with. Okay. Because I believe in protecting people that could help to solve a case. Okay. I do. I believe in that. So, I've always been extremely suspicious, though, because Straight Drop was in high profile custody. Now I don't know if he's been moved, because I haven't really asked anything about Straight Drop in a minute, but Cornelius was in the annex. Okay, he was in the annex. But there was also another person down there in high profile custody as it relates to this Dolph's case. Now I don't know who it was, but I always found it strange. I'm like, why would somebody else be in high profile custody down there around Straight Drop's cell? And the gang unit was watching them 24/7 too. Okay. So that was pretty strange. Also, I don't know who it is though. So, I don't know. There are so many twists and turns in this Dolph's situation. I just know that I feel in my spirit, how the spirit of God be speaking to you, that it's some stuff that's in the atmosphere and it's getting ready to take off. I'll say maybe around maybe end of August, maybe, I don't know, September, October. I don't know. I'm not a psychic, so I don't know. But I just think around the end of August, probably around September, October, it's going to be some fire lit. Okay, some straight fire. So, I don't know. But anyways, you guys, as for that third person, um, Chandel had already been charged, right? That's why for them to let a person that had been his charges had been upgraded, okay, and not even be looking for him, even if he was upgraded afterwards, they let him go. I think he had already been upgraded. I'm not sure, but to have those type of charges and then be laxed about looking for him, child, please, it's something weird about that. But hey, I trust the system. I be trusting. I love the FBI. I know they be knowing what they doing, and they involved in this. They tells me that the DEA is out in these streets. That some people say streets. They out here in these streets. That's the Drug Enforcement Administration, and they on this Dolph's case. Ain't that something? I wonder why they on this Dolph's case. They bad to the bone too. And you got the Memphis police investigators. They real good too. And you got the marshals. He can't lose. He got a damn dream team. Ain't that something? All right, you guys, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel. Like I said, if you want to support the channel, you can do it via Cash App, or there's a little heart up under that says thanks. You can also support the channel, but definitely hit the like button. But I also want to put this in the atmosphere. Regardless of how we get into this Dolph's case, keep Dolph's family in your prayers. keep his family in your prayers, because even though we're Dolph's fans and his artists, because even though we are Dolph's fans, okay, those are the people that was closest to him and knew him on a real homegrown level. They had an emotional connection to him. So I'm definitely keeping his family, his Mia J, his children, especially, because his children miss him, his parents. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. You know, that's got to be a terrible thing, because parents look to go before their children, not bury their children. Okay. If you talk to any real parent, they always say, I was prepared to go first. I'm a mother, and I got my babies. I started a long time ago having them set up, you know, and I always pray, God, I want to be able to raise my children. I do. I want to, because even though my mom and them, they love my kids so much, nobody truly has that emotional connection with your babies like you do. Okay. And so I thank God for allowing me to see them grow, you know, and some more stuff, to um it's just like they'll achieve a lot of success, and me seeing my girls as they grow into women, and what God and the directions and the areas that God is taking them in, child. It takes a lot of prayer. It do. Because you bring these children into the world, and you pray, because I used to pray over my children in my belly constantly. And you pray for a hedge of protection. And it's heartbreaking when some devil decides they're going to play God and take your children out. So that's got to be hard for Dolph's mother. Okay. That's got to be hard for any mother, any parent that truly loves their children, especially when they're proactive in things in their lives. Okay. Even animals, when their children are killed or something like that, when they're babies, I'll say not their children, they're babies, their offspring, they'll do a moan. Elephants, look at it. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody has an emotional connection to their children and their family, even your family. And so he had family, he had siblings and things of that nature. Okay, nobody wants to have to bury people that they love, and then have to think about how heinously he was gunned down. That will go down, as Colt Figure said, those bushwhackers. That's what they are. They're bushwhackers. They hide in the bushes because they are cowards, and then they jump out. That'll go down as the most cowardice murder that there ever was. It ain't nothing to be proud about. And so that's what when I get on here and I talk about this case, I'm gonna bring you the real, because I know the real. Okay. And it's a lot of stuff that I can't say, but it's get ready to start coming out, y'all. One thing about cases, they can't be held a secret forever. And I understand why they do it, because you can't give your case away and let the enemy strategize on you. Sometimes you just have to be quiet and let somebody, I was talking to one of my friends last night. He was like, let the system work. Let the system work. And sometimes you have to sit back and let the system work. Okay? Sit back and let the system work. All right, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. Have a good day.